Okay, добрый день, everybody. It's good to see you back. So we actually started with the roll call, and as I promised, I'm going to give the number in Ukrainian, and you have to try to break in. So for today, we actually need one more number, which is just here. So this number is going to be 0, because that's the number you're going to use in a second. And in Ukrainian 0, let's say it's 0. Yeah, so, and let's just try to remember the rest. It's going to be helpful in a second, so let's go. We start with 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Didn't have any students who were absent last time. It looks a bit yucky though, I don't know what happened here, but I've got the worksheets. Oh, sorry guys, something happened in a week here. But I guess it's better than nothing. Did I have any students who were absent last week? Sorry guys, something happened under this desk, so it's yellow. But anyone else thinks that? No. Okay, and the number today is going to be 5. It's for your roll call, okay? 5, sorry, please don't say that, it's kind of like a game, whatever. So 5, 0, 1. So we learned numbers last time, that's why we're doing it in Ukrainian today. But we're gonna translate in a second, so don't be too worried. Let's do it one more time. It's gonna be 5, 0, 1, 1. Oh, it failed, maybe because not enough time, sorry. Can I try again? I think they just gave us like 3 minutes to fill in, and it's about that. Oh, okay, sorry. So one more time, the one before was Piać null odin, but I deleted it because they just gave us 3 minutes, and sorry, we didn't manage. Let's do one more. This time it's going to be sim. Odin. Шість. П'ять. Okay, there are 16 of you. That's good. So one more time. Oh, quite a lot of you, around 20. So just one more time for the rest who wants to try. It's sim, один, шість, п'ять. Okay, and for the rest, let's translate. We didn't make it yet. So sim in Ukrainian is 7, right? And then один is 1. And then we have шість, 6, and п'ять is 5. Okay, so this is the number today. Sim, один, шість, п'ять. Okay. So you got in, that's beautiful. And actually, I hope you did see that I actually posted your homework for this one time today. And the homework was number 1, to learn letters, if you haven't done it yet. Then please, you had to try to remember the numbers. And one more, you had to read the novel by Marko Vovchok. Did you? I did post it over here. So I hope you did read something. Sorry, it's actually here. Vovchok, Kozak girl. I hope you did, because actually right now it's going to be a test. This test doesn't influence your final grade as much. It's more for your participation. So please make sure you take it, you pass it, and then what else you need to do? You need to send your result to Teams, okay? So once again, it doesn't influence your final grade, but it gives to your participation. So even if the grade is not 20, please send it to me. It's not about the grade, it's about the participation, okay? Got it? So that's gonna be the quiz link, and since I've never done it before, using the cloth, so it's gonna be the first time, and I hope it works for everyone. I'm gonna try again. But that's the first time for me, so if something fails, I'm sorry. AI is still quite new. So you've got 5 minutes, and over here you have 20 questions to answer. Please don't forget to write down your student number, and then once you submit your answers, please make sure to screenshot and send it to Teams, okay? That's for your participation, so the grade doesn't really matter that much. button doesn't work, could you please just screenshot every answer instead? All right, one more time, just a reminder, please screenshot what you have and send it to me, please. Once again, the result is not as important as your participation because Teams is for participation. So the more you send during the semester, the higher your grade will be at the end. So just make sure if I ask you to send something, you just send it, okay? So it's your participation grade. Okay, let me see how many of you. Okay, quite a few sent. So if you lost the image, please just send me the final grade. And you don't need to like because it's honestly not about the grade now, okay? So if you lost the screenshot, just please send me the result. Maybe I had 8 out of 20 or something, right? Okay, so that's gonna be your participation result. And I want to go through the answers with you. So some of you might have done it by yourself, but let's just make sure everyone knows what the Cossack Girl is about. It's one of the biggest novels Ukrainians have. Okay, sorry, I'll fix that during the break time because now it doesn't want to do anything I asked it to do, so I'm sorry for that. We'll check it later, a bit later. Just one more notification then. So, as I said last time, we are not going to have the class on March 26th. The class will happen on March 20th, on Friday, instead, at 4:10. So I uploaded that information on Teams, and it's also on your iClass. So please don't come on the week of March 26th, please come on Friday. Also, if you cannot come for some reason because you have a class or any other personal matter, this class will be personal leave for everyone who doesn't come. But if you are able to come, please do. We will talk about one of the most famous movies, so I think it's quite interesting. And sorry, I was looking for the class, because I didn't write it down. So the class is going to be L205. That's the classroom. On March 20th. And once again, if for some reason you are not able to come, it will not deduct your attendance rate. It's going to be a personal leave for everyone who wasn't able to come. So it depends if you have time or not, but hopefully many of you can join. All right, and it's time for us to actually study the rest of the letters. It's going to be easy for those who has taken the previous semester, and for the rest, you've got to kind of try your best because it's quite a lot of letters for someone who's new. But it's not our last lesson on letters, so today we just introduce the rest of the letters that we didn't learn last time. And you just write down how it's pronounced in English. You try your best to remember. If not, we're still gonna practice. So it's not your last time to see those letters. Just guys do your best, please. So today we cover all other consonants that we didn't see during our class previously, last week. So over here you've got some consonants, vowels, and the soft side. What we will do now, please just write the Latin version, the pronunciation of this letter somewhere here or somewhere here, and you please try to memorize it at home. And let's go. So we started with this letter in the beginning, and the best part with these letters is when they are printed. They kind of look the same in your textbook, so you might see this letter. But sometimes it depends on the font. So in some fonts in your textbooks, this letter might look like 6 or something. Just please try to remember it. The little one could be like a weird 6 in some fonts, but in the majority of fonts, it's just like the big one and the small one. So this letter here is just your letter B. And maybe we can just say that. Let's go, B. So you've got your circle over here. Please just write down under, somewhere under, but it's pronounced as B. Alright, let's move to the next letter. So the big one looks exactly like the small one, but this letter is a bit tricky, because this letter is something in between of English G and H. So actually we call it soft G, soft G, and it's pronounced as and you guys need to try to say that instead of laughing. So it's something in between of G and H. So it's very, very soft. Yeah, you guys are doing great. Can we try one more time? Let's go. Okay, beautiful. So under this letter, please just write down that it's something in between. It doesn't have any representation in English, so please just try to remember it. It's soft G. Alright, and let's move to the next letter. It's just here, and we cover some of them, then we try reading. So it's not just writing all the time. So this letter looks like the one before, the only difference is this tiny line above. That's the only difference. And this time it's your usual English good.
Good.
Yeah, it should be easy for you. Okay, let's move to letter number 4 today. It looks like this, and they look the same when they're big and small. And it's gonna be the. And before I erase everything, so for you to have some time, let's just go with these 4 letters again. Let's start with the first hit. Let's say B. This one a bit special. Let's say H. Then we have G. And this one is D. Okay, I'm gonna erase, so please make sure you got them. You got B, H, G, and D. A few more before we read. So the next letter you've got. Actually, kids in Ukrainian kindergartens call it a snowflake, and it kind of looks like a snowflake. Just think about that. Or a beetle, I'm not sure. So it looks like this or this in the textbook. And this letter is going to be represented by Z and H in English. It's J. So it's like J in pleasure. Yeah, this letter over here. So when you say the word pleasure, you've got J, and that's the one you need. So let's say again, J. And the best part for you guys is that Taiwanese never had any problems with pronunciation in Ukrainian, so just be confident. You've got almost all the sounds that Ukrainians have. All right, let's do 2 more. So the one here is going to be Z. And it just looks exactly the same when it's big and small. And this letter looks like U, right? The only difference is it has something above that. And it makes it Y. Like in yes, for example. So, Y. Alright, and before we keep going, let's just review these few letters we've got today. Let's start with the first name. Let's go B, H, G, D, J, Z. Alright. And by the way, if you want to listen to these letters again at home, all you have to do, you just have to scan the QR code from our previous class, and it's going to lead you to pages on the letters. So it's just there. It's like an introduction of the letters, and I just took it from the web page. So at home, you can just listen to each letter using the QR code from the previous class worksheet. All right, and what we do now, we actually have all of these words with the letters you actually know by this point. So I want to read some of them with you, and then some are going to be read by you by yourself. I'm going to give you a microphone. All right? So let's start with the first one. So over here you get this letter, you see? So I told you, sometimes it looks like B, and sometimes it looks like a weird 6. That's what I meant. So you can see it over here. But it's just exactly the same B that we learned before. When it's small, sometimes it looks like 6 in some fonts, in some textbooks. All right, and let's go one by one. So actually the first is going to be quite easy because all the other letters are from the last class, and I hope you remember them by now. So let's go. What do you see? First is B, and then you have... Oh, someone please help me. What's the next letter? E. Good job. And the last one is... Cool, nice. And together it makes... Good, let's say big. Big. And then you've got this word over here. Good job. And let's go one by one because the first letter is new. The second one you're supposed to know by now, which is O. That's nice. And the last letter is new, which is H, right? Remember this weird one, soft H? So let's say O. Yeah. So the last letter is something in between of H and H. Okay, let's try the next thing. And that's all the letters you're supposed to know by now. We start with B, and then you have U, good job. And after that you have H, good job. And let's say B. Good job. And the last thing. So the first letter is B, then you have E, and then you have Y. That's good. The new letter. Y like in yes. And together it makes good. Let's take an E. Alright. And to make it a bit more challenging, I'm gonna give the microphone to someone, okay? So you're gonna read one by one from now on. I'm gonna help, so don't get too scared, okay? Alright, let's see the next thing. So we move to this letter, and you can see overuse of it. So that's that letter that's in between of G and H. So maybe one more time, let's say H. And then you get the word mountain. How do you say mountain?
Cola.
Yeah, that's good. So you got H, and then what else do you have? O, and then R, good job, and the last one is nice. Everyone, let's say Hora. Yeah, which is a mountain. That's good. Let's move to the next thing, and please pass the microphone to someone else. Alright, we start with G. And then what else do you see? Good job. And after? No, right? And then? Oh, that's good. And the last one is K. And together it's but this is nice. Everyone, let's say Ganok. Okay, then we move to the next letter. This is D. Good job. So you just have D and A. Let's say that. Okay? That's good. So you have D, E, and M. Let's say Dim. Mm-hmm. That's very good. So you have D, A, and R. Let's say Dar. Very good. So D, and then two letters from the last class. Let's say Dva. Alright, and let's move to this letter, which is like J from pleasure. And maybe let's say it again. Let's go. J. And then over here, you've got a few words to read. J is new, the rest is old, so I think you can do it. What's this word? Let's go one by one. So what's the first letter? J. And then? Good job. And then? Oh, it's just like English. It looks like English and sounds like English too. That's good. So it's T and O. And everyone, let's say Жито. By the way, you can see them on your worksheet, right? All the words are here. You don't need to try to read from the screen. Okay, let's move to the beetle. So, what do you see? Good job. So you have Sh, you have U, and you have K. And let's say Zhuk. Yeah, very good. That's perfect. So you have J, you have A, and you have R. And everyone, let's say Jar. Okay, let's move to the next word. Oh, okay, sorry. So this one here is z, right? So we work with z.
So,
Almost. So this letter is from the last time. It's u.
so,
Good job. Sorry, what's the last letter it does? It looks like 6. It's
the,
b. Nice. So sorry, can you say just one more time, please?
so,
Good job. Everyone, let's say zoo.
so.
Oh, nice. And let's go one by one. So it's z, and then you have v, u, and k. And let's say zvuk. So over here you have letter y. Y like in yes, for example. So this is h. Very good, that's perfect. So everyone, let's say it's gonna be yo-ho. Yeah, so this letter is something in between of G and h, right? H. Yo-ho. And the last letter, yo. Very good, that's perfect. So y, o, d. And let's say yod. Okay, so if you're new, this Latinization is going to be for you. Please try to remember it. Please try to do it this way. But if it's your first semester, please don't pressure too much if you cannot read during the first classes. It's normal. It's lots of letters. We just introduced them. Alright, sorry guys, but we still have quite a few letters. And this time, let's do a bit faster. So, over here, you've got the letter that kind of looks like p. Just make sure you have a little tail in front of it. And this letter is going to be l. L. Then the next thing looks kind of similar, but no tail in the front. So this time it's going to be your English p. So once again, please write down. This is going to be l, and then p. And over here, you've got the circle with the line, but usually Ukrainians would write it this way. So we draw like 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be your letter f. Then this letter in front of you, it's going to be ts. Ts, like for example in cats. So you have this ts at the end, that's what you need. So it's like t and s, but say it fast. It's ts. Then you've got this letter. So this is going to be C and H together, which is ch. So it's like ch, for example, in chair, ch. And the last two, so not so many. This is going to be sh. Sh like in shock, for example, so just sh. And the last thing, I would say maybe the most complicated so far. So this time you need to say sh and ch together. So it's ch. So sometimes they would say it's like posh cherry, for example. You just say ch together. Ch. Okay, let's go one by one more time. So we start with this letter. Let's say l. Then you've got p. Then you have f. Then you have ts. And after that we have ch. And then sh. And the last is sh and ch together. Sh. Okay. Do you want to do it one more time? But this time without me, okay? Let's go one by one. Please tell me, which letter is that? Oh, it's not. Look. P. F. S. Sh. Just sh and sh. Alright, let's try. So we've got a few more words to read, and who's gonna be the next person who has a microphone? Okay, we move to L. Yeah, good job. So it's L, E, and S. Let's say these. You have L, you have.
Yeah.
Good job. That's perfect. So L and L, and everyone, let's say left.
B.
Very good. So you have L, E, and D. And let's say lead. Just anyone who's next to you.
D.
Almost. This is U. Yeah, good job. So it's L, U, and K. And let's say look.
B.
Yeah, good job. So you have P, you have E, and last name is Ch. So let's say peach. So let's go one by one. There are letters from the last time. You have P and two old letters. This is A. Yeah, nice. And everyone will say pass. Alright, I guess we reached the end with the microphone, so maybe let's do these together. So, how do you say sweat in Ukrainian? So, anyone who's first? We have P, we have E, we have T, and it makes Pete. Nice. Let's say Pete. And then how do you say park in Ukrainian? Yep, that's good. Once again, park. Alright, and then I have a fact. How do you say a fact in Ukrainian? Just don't forget T at the end. F, A, K, T. Let's say fact. Okay, then we have fort. How do you say fort in Ukrainian? Yeah, exactly the same. So let's say fort. Then we have, yeah, that's the one, like a leader, the prince in Russia. So we have letter S, and let's write. So the one here is going to be, yeah, good job. So we have S, we have A, and R. So it's exactly like in English. Let's say Sa. And then let's try with the one here. We have S, and then V, and then T, and the last name is T. And it makes, yeah, good, let's say speed. And then, how do you say circus in Ukrainian? So, R, and K. And let's say C. Let me press into my I actually forgot to figure out. Alright, let's do the next letter. So here you've got ch. And how do you say time in Ukrainian?
Час.
Yeah, that's good. So we have ch, and s. Let's say chas. Just anyone, pretty much. Then we've got t. Yeah, good job. So ch, and a new letter y. So let's say chai.
Cha. Oh. No.
Yeah, good job. Once again, cholo.
No.
Yeah, well done. Okay, let's move to the last two letters. So the one here is sh. Oh, let's read two of them. Oh, just anyone behind you. Thank you. Okay, let's go. So what do you see?
Shu.
Very beautiful. So sh, u, and m. Let's say shum. And the layer is going to be.
Sha.
Good job. So you have sh, and let's say sha. And this letter might be the most confusing. It's just sh and ch together. Let's say sh. And a few options for you. And then two. Good job. And together. Good. That's good actually. Let's say sh. And then, good job. So you have O, K, and A. So let's say shoka. And the last one is the red. So this one might be a bit confusing. Could you press it to someone, please? Good job. And everyone will say shchur. Alright, so once again, it's quite a lot of letters. Just take your time learning them if it's your first time. Just make sure you have those Latins and make sure you go to the website and you listen. And then just take your time. Don't pressure yourself if you cannot do it immediately. It's normal. We still have, how many? 6 letters and only 2 minutes. So let's see what we can do. Over here, we just have the rest of vowels. And maybe before we do those vowels, let's remember those we had. What about this one here? It's an old one from the last class. Good job. This one is What about this one? E. Okay, we also have this one. Nice. What about this one? O. And I think we had just one more, which is Okay, so we have E, O. And we still have 5 more in Ukrainian. So let's see what we'll get. The one here is gonna be yeah. So it's like yeah in yes. Just make sure it's not the first letter U, it's 2 of them together. So you go like yes, but you drop S. That's the letter. Let's say again, yeah. Oh, actually, did we have this letter before? Sorry, maybe I confused myself. So the one here, let's say one more time, So it's not the most beautiful letter, but they usually say it's short I in English. So maybe when you have like the word kid, it's like short I sound, that's what we'll go for. But the secret is just to relax your jaw as much as you can, and you just go for this not pretty sound. But usually in literature, they would say it's like short I sound in CBC. It's a consonant, vowel, consonant. Pit, it. Can we just finish these, please? And then we go. Okay, so the one here. This is gonna be ye. So if this letter says yeah, this letter goes ye. And maybe sometimes they'll say like ye and in yield. But I also feel like the easiest way to remember it's actually y and e together. So remember you have y before, and then this is e, so together it makes ye. That's what you go for. And two more. So the one here, it's y and u. So it's just an English word you. That's what it is. You. And the lesson is going to be this letter here. This is ya. Maybe in yak. So that's it. I feel like the most confusing could be these three letters. So can I just say them one more time? So the one here, it's y without the rest. So it's gonna be y. And then we go for this letter. So this time it's actually two letters of the word yes, which is yeah. And then we've got this letter. So we take y and we take e. And this one makes ye. Alright, maybe one more time. Let's go ye. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Ye. Yeah. Let's say ye. Sorry. So it's ye, ye. Alright. But we practice more, don't worry. Time for 10 minutes. See you soon.
我走在路上，我就觉得我是然后我看说7分的帮你考，10分就要考那个。那这是我出国考试，是我最大的，但是他就直接然后他的那个是那个技术，然后考的那个。 他只学会。你会拿成球会上去。
Yeah, so we have to wait, I think, for exams.
我也想养，但是苦。我也，哇，他会。你在做学？我要推荐。
Okay, so the last thing we've got with the letters is just to read the last vowels we got here. And I will, over here, I will just write down the same letters, but in Ukrainian. So it might be easier for someone to read in Ukrainian. So the first letter over here is pretty much your Y and A together in Ukrainian. So you could remember it as letter Y in yes, or maybe if you write down Y and A and you know Ukrainian letters already, that's the sound it makes. Let's say Y.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's take a look. So this time, let's go one by one, and please tell me what letters you see. So the first is Y, and then you have V, nice, and then R, O, P, that's good, and the last one is A. And together, let's say Europa. Then you have letter U, which is not the prettiest one. Just remember, it doesn't sound that pretty. But it's your short letter in, let's say, pit. Short I in letter pit, for example. And since there are no examples here, maybe we can just make up a few of them. Let's start with peace in Ukrainian. How do you say peace in Ukrainian? Peace, like no war. Yeah, that's good. No, this isn't. It's So we go M, that's good, and then R. I guess it's more like this too. And let's say M. Yeah, that's just in Ukrainian. And let's move to this letter. So if you use Ukrainian letters, it's gonna be Y and E together. So that's the one. Y and E together. Let's say Y. And let's try to read these. So you've got food. How do you say food in Ukrainian? Yeah, good job. So you've got Y, and then you have this letter, which is J, and the last is A. So together it makes... Yeah, good. Let's say Yizha. And then when you write... Let's go letter by letter. You have Y, and then you have Z. That's good. What else do you see? Z. And the last one is A. And it's going to be Yizda. Alright, and let's see how you say hedgehog. So the same. You start with Y, and then you have Z. That's good. And then you have and the last one is K. That's good. And let's say Yizha. And the rest of letters is going to be for you. So this letter here is Y and U together. So let's say U. Who has a microphone? Alright, it's going to be for you. How do you say the young man? Very good. So you have U, you have N, A, and K. Let's say Yunak. Then you have the south. Good job. Okay, sure. And this one is a bit softer. Maybe let's practice again. U. So it's like U, and then this G and h in between. You. And then this one is Urba. Very good. So you have you, and then r, b, a. Let's say Urba. Okay, and let's move to the last letter of the alphabet. So it's y and a together. Yeah, let's say yeah. Good job. And what's the first word? Yama. Very good. And everyone, let's say Yama. And then you have an egg. Give us to someone, maybe. Someone behind you. Thank you. Alright, it's a bit complicated, lots of new letters. Let's go one by one.
Yeah.
Good job. And then? It's just here, like yip in yes. Yip. Good job. Ella, good job. Can you make it together?
Yeah.
Good job. That's perfect. Let's again. Яйца. Yeah, good job. Яйца. All right. Let's see the next thing.
Yeah.
Very good. It's from the last class. I'm gonna help, okay? No. Good job. And then? Very good. And together? Good job. That's good. But the stress is here. That's the only difference. Let's say Yanho. All right, and just one more. Good job, perfect. R-M-O. And let's say Yarmo. Okay, so if it's your first semester, just one more time, please go scan QR code from the previous class and listen to these letters and just try to kind of remember them. It's a lot, so don't pressure yourself too much. It will take some time. Now you just have the Latins and just try to kind of remember them. But no pressure for you guys. If it's your first semester, that's 32 letters. It's a lot. Just take your time. Okay, so that was it. And for now, I hope everyone knows what the Cossack Girl is about. So first, let's just go back to this test that you had, and then we're gonna read it in Ukrainian. But it's just very simple Ukrainian. Now let's go question by question, okay? So what's the name of the Cossack Girl? Yeah, her name was Alessia, that's correct. And why did the Cossack community didn't like her idea to get married to Ivan? So is it A, B, C, or D? Oh, thank you. It was B, right? So he was a serf, he wasn't a free man, and Alessia was a free Cossack girl. So they were kind of like from different social groups. And then how did young Cossack men react when they heard Alessia plan to marry Ivan? C, that's correct, right? So they just surrounded her house and they didn't want her to get married to him. That's what they did. And then how many children did they have? Yeah, that was 3 sons, that's correct. And then what happened to Alessia's children as they grew up? B, that's correct. So they just took away them from the master's house, and she didn't see them. And then what happened to Ivan after the master took him to Moscow? See, yeah, he fell ill and died far from home, and Alessia even couldn't get the message about that. And then after Ivan died, why did Alessia not leave the noble's house and didn't claim her freedom? Yeah, that's C. And actually it's kind of sad because she was born as a Kazakh girl, and since her husband died, she was free, but she didn't know that, so she stayed in the master's house to serve. That's the sad part of that story, I believe. And then, how did the noble woman, the lady of the manor, treat Alessia? B. Yeah, she was cruel and indifferent. And then, what act of kindness did Alessia experience in the village? Yeah, right. So she went back to the village, and her girlfriends from the past just surrounded her, and they had a very nice life as free Kazakh women, and they just gave some presents for her kids. And the last question, I hope you remember, who's the author of The Kazakh Girl? Yeah, that's the one, Marko Vovchov. And it sounds like the male's name, but it's just a fake name of a female author. That was her way to be able to publish back then. All right, so that was The Kazakh Girl. It's kind of a huge novel in Ukrainian. And now, just like a little practice, I hoped you guys, especially those who take the second semester, can read that story for everyone. So we start with the first sentence, which goes like, this is Alessia, and she is the Kazakh girl. So in Ukrainian, this is going to be just this one word, which is sa. That's good. And the second one is yeah. And then that's what we get here. So let's say це Олеся. Козачка. Right. And then she lost her mom and dad, so she's an orphan. How do you say she is an orphan? Oh yeah, good job. So she is going to be this word here. Let's say вона. And then you have an orphan. Yeah, that's good. And let's just go one by one. So you have s, you have and then r, o, t, a. So let's say she's an orphan. Вона сирота. And then she meets Ivan. So this is Ivan. And they fall in love. So she says, I love you, Ivan. How to say it in Ukrainian? Ivana, good job. So please help me. What do you have? The first one is ya. And then you have love. How do you say love in Ukrainian? So you have k, o, h, a, u. And let's say kohayu. And the last one is you. How do you say you? Okay, let's say тебе. And then over here it's his name Ivan, but we add a at the end because we cannot call him, so we need just one extra letter. And let's say Ivana. And maybe it's just the last time. Я кохаю тебе. Ivana. Alright. And over here it says that Ivan is a serf. So this is Ivan the serf, which means he kind of needs to serve his master. And in Ukrainian, a master is pan, which is taken from Polish, I believe. So we just say this is Ivan, the serf, and this is his master. How would you say that? Good job. So over here, let's say це Ivan Kripak. In Ukrainian, it's a serf. And then you get to say, and this is a master. Це пан. Alright, let's say that. Це Іван Кріпак. Це пан. And then this is their wedding. So this word here just means wedding. Yeah, good. And for the rest, I would just write down it. Okay, let's say Vesilia. And then this is the plural of Cossacks. So we get to say the Cossacks are sad. How do you say that? Yeah, good job. So we start with the first word, and let's say Kozaki. And the second one is going to be sad. Sumni. Yeah, good job. Let's say Vesilia. Kozaki. Sumni. Alright. And then this is Pan who says, go to Moscow. Because Ivan needs to go to Moscow. How do you say go to Moscow? So you get the, m, o, s, h, v, and let's say do Moskvy. Yeah, it's like to Moscow. And then you get three sons. I believe you know this word. How do you say three in Ukrainian? Три. And then sons. And then taken away. Can you see? Sorry, let me hear. Zabrali. Okay, let's say три сына забрали. So like three sons were taken away. And then Ivan has passed away, so Stalo. That's good. Actually, it means Ivan doesn't exist, so it's kind of like he's not existing anymore. He's taken away, pretty much. So let's say Ivana не стало. And then this is kind of like a very famous phrase in Ukrainian. It just means like a hardship. So the first two words mean hardship. And the second one, you might remember it. Do you remember what this word means? It's in our, yeah, that's the one I remember. Like, I'm a bad painter, so like, this is our coat of arms. I showed you the national symbol, and it's over here, it's hidden the word volia, which is a freedom, right? If you add two letters, net, it just means not freedom, or what's gonna be not freedom in English? Sorry, I cannot come up with the word, but it's like not a freedom. So nevole is the opposite of the freedom. Captivity, I guess, or something. Okay, how do you say hardship in Ukrainian? So you've got t, and then ya, and then j, and then k, good job, and listen, and let's say tashka. And then you have faith. Yeah, so it's like hard faith or hardship. Let's say тяжка доля. And how do you say not the freedom? Yeah, good. So it's n, a, v, o, l, a. And let's say nevoля. So we did this just for those who have taken the second semester to read something a bit harder and also to kind of see the story in Ukrainian, but the same story, like was a girl. Alright, so what we do now, we actually have one more Ukrainian lesson to go through, but I feel like it might be a bit much, so guys, чаю. Okay, so today we actually go to the supermarket. So next time you are in the supermarket in Ukraine, you can actually order something. Quite convenient. Supermarket in Ukrainian is taken from English, so you can read this word now. How do you say supermarket in Ukrainian? Beautiful. So it's and let's say supermarket. Yes, that's supermarket in Ukrainian. And let's make a sentence. Let's say this is a supermarket. How would you say that? So if you want to say this is, you just need this word in the beginning. So I will just write it down here. And let's say this is a supermarket. Let's say it's a supermarket. And over here, you've got the dialogue between two people. And you actually have this dialogue just in front of you, so we can go one by one. My slide looks a bit different, but it's the same thing you've got in front of you. So if it's your second semester, please help me. Look, number one is going to be a customer, and it's here on the left side. How do you say customer? It's the first word over here, so that's your first speaker. That's the word you can see. That's your like A speaker. So how do you say a customer in Ukrainian? Yeah, that's good. So it's for those whose semester is the second one. So let's say покупець. And that's a buyer. So that's someone who is a customer. And the second word is going to be a bit longer. That's good. So продавець is going to be a seller, so someone who works in the supermarket. So that's the words we got here. Let's say again. Покупець. Can we say again? Покупець. Продавець. So first, the buyer says, good afternoon. How do you say good afternoon in Ukrainian? Yeah, that's good. Once again, добрий день. And then the seller replies exactly the same. What does she say? Yeah, that's good. Let's say добрий день. then we get to say a sentence which is I want milk. How do you say that? Let's say again. Я хочу. Молоко. Okay, one more time. Я хочу молоко. And I'm sorry, the stress here is not right in your paper because it's over here. Sorry, it's the last syllable. There is a mistake in your paper. So my slide is correct. Your paper has a mistake. Could you please change the stress? You see, it should be here. It should be the last syllable that is stressed in the word milk. So can we say just one more time? Я хочу молоко. Okay. And that's quite a normal way to ask for something. So if you want to buy something, that's one of the options, what you can say. And then the buyer asks how much it's gonna be. And remember, you had this word before. Like how many, how much from the last class? Okay. Guys, if you read, please don't read in Russian. It's a bit sad. Yeah, let's say skilka. And then how much does it cost? Then you have se. And then you have That's good. So let's say the whole sentence. Скільки це коштує? And then you get to say, this costs 5. So it's gonna be? Yeah, that's good. So 5 is 5 in Ukrainian. So let's say one more time. Це коштує 5. Which just means this costs 5. And then the sentence here, just the very polite way to say here you are. So how do you say this is for you? Yeah, good job. So you have це and you have вам. Once again, це вам. And then you get to say thank you. How do you say thank you? Yeah, good. Let's say дякую. And the lesson is going to be goodbye. So the at the end just makes it polite. If you say buvai, it's for your friends, for your classmates. If you add te at the end, it makes it polite immediately. So let's say buvайте. Okay, so you got this very easy and little dialogue. Like, let's go one by one more time, okay? Let's start with good afternoon. Let's go. Добрий день. Добрий день. Я хочу молоко. Скільки це коштує? Це коштує 5. Це вам. Дякую. Бувайте. Alright, so that was the dialogue. And you get the sentence here, which goes like, I want milk. It's kind of a useful sentence because now you can ask for pretty much anything, and we'll have some foods on the other side of your worksheet. But what we do now, actually it's the grammar that we learned last semester, but if it's your first semester, obviously it's your first time to see that. Ukrainian language has nouns, just like any language, but the trick is that nouns in Ukrainian can have genders. So German has the same, French has the same, but they usually just have the masculine and feminine genders. In Ukrainian, they also have the neuter gender. So we call it like masculine, feminine, and neuter. But the best part about Ukrainian is that you just need to look at the last letter of the word and you know immediately what the gender is. So it's very, very easy. I'm gonna prove that. Let's start with feminine. You just have to look at the word, and if the word has a or ya at the end, it's going to be feminine. Then you've got neuter. If the word has o or a at the end, it's going to be neuter. It's going to be it. And the lesson is, if it's pretty much a consonant or a u, but the easiest way would be to remember it's not a, ya, o, or a. If it's not a, ya, o, or a, it's going to be masculine. So that's all. And just to prove that it's very easy, we're going to do it in a second together. So let's see. It's going to be she. It's going to be feminine. If the word ends with a, ya, it's going to be it, or neuter. If it ends with o or a, and he, the masculine, is pretty much the rest. And we're gonna find out the genders of these words over here. The one you've got in your. Oh, where is it? Okay, I don't have it. It's just in front of you guys then. Okay, we've got these words here, and we've got to find out which gender it is. And all you've got to do, you just need to look at the last letter. That's how you know the gender. Alright? So we start with number 1. And sorry, once again, it's a bad stress. The stress should be here, so there is a mistake here. So, how do you say milk in Ukrainian? Yeah, good. Once again, moloko. Then you've got meat. How do you say meat in Ukrainian? Yeah, that's good. Let's say yaso. Then you have bread. How do you say bread? Okay, let's say хлеб. And then we get cheese. How do you say cheese? Sir. That's good. And then chocolate. Let's say chocolate. And the last is gonna be tea. Yeah. Let's say chai. Alright, and let's try to figure out which gender it is. So moloko ends with o. So which gender is it? Is it feminine, neuter, or masculine? Yeah, it's neuter, only because it ends with o. So you get to look at the word in Ukrainian, and if the last letter is o, you know the gender is neuter. It's it. So then you have the word meat, yaso. Which gender is it? Is it he, she, or it? Yeah, it's it again. So, and ends with o. It's it. Then you have the next word, bread, хлеб. So you remember it's not a, ya, o, or a. So which gender is it? He, right? It's not a, ya, o, a. It ends with b. So you know it's the rest. It's he. Then you have s. Which gender is it? He. It's he, right? It's not a, ya, o, a. So you know it's he. And then you have chocolate. It ends with the chocolate. So is it he, she, or it? Which one? He, right? It's he. And the last one is going to be chai. So which gender is it? He, she, or it? He. Because it's not a, ya, o, a. Alright, let's see. What about cake? How do you say cake in Ukrainian? Yeah, that's good. Once again, tort. And which gender is it? He. That's correct. Then we have juice. How do you say juice? Yeah, let's say sick. And is it he, she, or it? He. That's good. Then you have fish. How do you say fish? Yeah, that's good. Let's say ryba. And it ends with a. So which gender is it? Yeah, because she. And then you have water. Good. Let's take it. Voda. It ends with a. So which gender? She. And then the last thing you have rice. How do you say rice in Ukrainian? That's good. Let's take it. Riz. And it ends with s. So which gender? He. That's correct. And over here, you've got a little rule that I hope you would remember. If you want to say that you want something in Ukrainian, it's going to be я хочу, and then you've got to say the product. So it could be any product from the list, obviously, but you just need to remember one thing. If it's feminine, you've got to change the letter, only for feminine. So if you had a, it becomes u, and if you had ya, it becomes you. That's the rule. But we're gonna see it together. So for example, how would you say to a person in the shop that you want to buy some juice? How would you say that? Okay. And let's say я хочу сік. And maybe let's try with meat. How do you say I want meat? Let's say я хочу м'ясо. And let's try, this time let's try something that ends with a. So we've got fish. How do you say fish in Ukrainian? Ryba. So according to this rule, we just need to remove a, and we need to write down u. So that's all we have to remember. And how would you say I want fish? Yeah, let's say я хочу рыбу. Okay, so it's just for this one sentence that goes like subject, verb, and object. Then you've got the question, how much does it cost? Скільки це коштує? And let's say it again. Скільки це коштує? And then you've got the answer. The answer is very easy. You just have to say it costs and the number. Can we say that? Let's go. Це коштує. And any number that you see. Alright, so that's what we've got to do in this last thing, which goes like products and prices. So one person has to say what he wants to buy, the other person has to say how much it costs. Can we try that? Let's start with the first sentence. It's gonna be, I want some milk. And I'm gonna give the microphone to someone. Or maybe, sorry, can we try reading the names first? I think it's gonna be easier for you guys first. We just have to say this is, and we go one by one, and you say the product. Start with you, please. So you get to say this is milk. How would you say that in Ukrainian? Молоко. And how would you say this is milk? Oh, це. Yeah, good job. Alright, let's again. Це молоко. Let's move to number 2, and let's say this is cake. Good job, everyone. Let's say це торт. And then let's say this is meat. Good job. Let's again це м'ясо. And then we go with this is juice. Good. And let's say this is juice. Good. Let's say це сік. And then we go with this is bread. And how do you say this is bread? Good. Everyone will say sahli. And then we'll get number 6.
Rupa.
Good. Let's say riba. Good. Let's say sir. Good. Let's say voda. Good. Let's say chocolate. Good. Let's say riz. And the last one is going to be tea. Good job. Let's say chai. Alright, and now let's move to products and prices. So we've got produkty и цены. So the first sentence we are going to make is like, I want to buy this and that. So you've got to say я хочу, but then you've got to remember that is going to change the ending. So can you tell me 2 words that will have a different ending? So the only time when the word changes the ending is going to be feminine. You've got to find 2 feminine words in this table. Number 1 is water, right? So it's voda. And the second one, and the second one is riba. So it's the only 2 times when in the sentence you get to change the ending. You don't say what do you say? U. So instead of voda, you would have vodu. Instead of riba, you would have ribu. We just change 1 letter. And for the rest, if it's neuter or masculine, you just say what you see. So if you want to say I want milk, it's going to be я хочу молоко. If you want to say I want meat, you just use the words you see, and that's all. Unless it's feminine. If it ends with a, then we need to change it. And you can see this rule here. So be careful with feminine. A becomes a. That's the one. Alright, could you please pass the microphone to someone who hasn't done it yet? And let's make a sentence, I want milk. How would you say that? Beautiful. Could you pass it to someone behind you or next to you? Okay, for you, let's say, I want meat.
Yeah, but you, yes.
Oh, good. It's a bit of Russian accent, making sure. Am I correct? The first is хочу.
Yeah, хочу.
Yes. Good. Мясо.
Мясо.
Yeah, we don't change. We read how we see it. Okay? Мясо. Nice. Okay, the next person, please. Maybe in front of you, though. Or...
Yeah. Хочу. Clean.
Very good.
Bonjour.
Sir, good job. Perfect.
Я хочу chocolate.
Chocolate. Okay, that's good. And could you please pass it? I'm sorry, a bit of walking. So for you, it's gonna be I want tea.
Я хочу
Chai. Okay, let's move to I want some cake.
я хочу
That's good.
я хочу сыр.
That's very good. And be careful. So now we move to feminine. That's the one you need to change.
Я хочу people.
Very good.
Я хочу воду.
Very good. And the last one is I want rice.
Я хочу жить.
Rice.
Жить.
Good, good. Sure. Rice. Okay, and we just have a few minutes left, and there is one meme in Ukrainian which actually uses the same "я хочу" something. It's all over the internet for like 20 years. It's a very old meme, but maybe you will remember the sentence more if you watch it. So she's a Ukrainian lady who's going to show you the meme. There is a translation, and then she explained it when you can use it. Very simple, but just the phrase that you know already. Okay.
Any meme that everybody uses and understands.
Вона собі шоколадку купила, Гадю. З'їла сама шоколадку, а я що робити? А що мені дивиться, коли їсть шоколад, я теж хочу шоколадний. Задоволена, мені дуже шоколад.
Okay, so there is this kid, he's been around for 20 years, and the whole sentence, I'm not sure if you could read it, it's kind of small, but he was like, she bought the chocolate for herself, but she didn't think about me, like, I want some chocolate too, and the last phrase is like, I also want the chocolate, and then it all becomes like, him crying. So we use this boy as a meme a lot in Ukraine, so that's the only reason I'm showing you.
You can use the phrase "Я тоже хочу шоколадку" when you want to say that you're frustrated with something and it's so unfair. And you can either say it or online you can send this picture and every Ukrainian will understand that you're frustrated because something is so unfair. I hope it's very useful for you and see you in the next video.
Alright, so anytime you think something is unfair, people usually send that meme, that boy, to Ukrainian friends. But the phrase is the one you know already. So it's gonna be "я", and then she says "тоже", which means also. And then "хочу". And you have the word "шоколад". "Шоколадку" is like a cuter version of that. And that's a meme, which means like something is very unfair. And let's say that. Я тоже хочу шоколадку. Alright, and that's just for you to remember the phrase. It's going to be all for today. So please learn the letters if it's your first semester. Please go through the text if it's your second semester. That's all for today. And I'm also going to post the audio of this so you can listen at home for the audio. That's all. Thank you. Bye-bye.